We begin, as always, with three things investors ought to be thinking about right now. After a wild week for bank stocks, bonds, and bailouts, how safe are your investments? How about your savings deposits? A nationwide TikTok ban could be looming. Not super high on my list of concerns at the moment, but what does it mean for the rest of social media? And planning a summer vacation? Yes, please. Expect to shell out a lot more for your travels. On the Barron's Roundtable, my colleagues Ben Levison, Carlton English, and Kristen Bellstrom. Ben, we just had two of the three biggest bank failures in U.S. history, Silicon Valley, Signature, and two more banks with plunging shares, Credit Suisse and First Republic, needed cash infusions, and bank stocks got hit hard. But the overall market ended up higher for the week. How's that?
I mean, I think it takes a banking crisis to really get the animal spirits flowing. No, in all seriousness, yeah, I think people are looking at this right now and saying this is really contained to banks. They're not bad loans like there were during the financial crisis. This is just bad timing on buying a bunch of treasuries. The government is also trying to act to keep things from spreading too much. And all that fear has caused bond yields to fall. And that's been really good news for tech stocks. And tech has become something of a safe haven, with Apple gaining over 5%. I think Microsoft gained over 10%. And we have to remember that tech makes up a huge portion of the S&P 500, 26% to 13% for financials. And so when you look at the stock market, at least, banks don't really matter all that much.
Hey, Carl, before we go any further, for viewers who are watching, they've been hearing about bank turmoil. They're wondering, what does this mean for my savings? Is my money safe right now? What do you want to tell them?
Yeah, so when you look at the measures that regulators took last weekend, they're doing everything in their power to protect not only the insured depositors up to the $250,000, but also the uninsured depositors, those balances above that. Now, we may continue to see volatility in bank stocks. That's one matter. But in terms of people's savings, what they're keeping in the actual banks, their money is safe.
Good to hear. Ben, what are you looking for from the Fed this coming week?
Well, the Fed's in a tough spot. I mean, if you look at the market right now, the Fed funds futures market, they're predicting a 65% chance or so that the Fed will raise rates a quarter of a point. That's down from half a point just a week and a half ago. Also 33% chance, though, of no hike. And I think that's probably right. I think the no hike could send two possible messages. One is that, things are really bad, we can't hike, and that would cause the market to panic. But it could also be a green light for taking on lots of risk and cause the market to shoot up. I don't think the Fed wants either of those things to happen. So I think it does raise rates by a quarter point. I worry, though, that higher rates are what caused this whole problem for the banks in the first place. And so I'm not sure that quarter point over a longer period is really going to be a great thing to do.
It will raise, but Fed Chairman Ben Levison would not raise. Have I got that right?
That sounds about right.
Okay. Hey, Carlton, we're going to be talking with you a lot more about banks in a couple of minutes. Before we do, I noticed that the Treasury took time out from putting out bank fires this past week to take a tough stand with the China-based parent of TikTok. What can you tell me?
Yeah, so Treasury, the CFIUS, is looking to force TikTok's Chinese owners to sell their shares, or that could lead to a potential U.S. ban of TikTok. Now, TikTok has been in the government's crosshairs for some time now because of allegations or concerns that there are security threats. You even have the Justice Department now investigating the supposed surveillance of American journalists by TikTok's Chinese owners. So there are a lot of reasons why government officials are concerned about this app.
Do you think there'll be a U.S. shutdown of TikTok? I'm asking mostly for Ben. He likes those videos where dogs knock their owners into swimming pools, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and the dances as well. It will be months before we know whether or not there is a shutdown of TikTok. But one thing to note, if there is, huge benefit for companies like Meta and Snap.
Kristen, investors heard from airlines this past week. What did we learn?
Well, it's an interesting kind of mixed bag. On Monday, you had United coming out and saying, actually, we're expecting a loss in the first quarter. That surprised investors. No one was expecting that. Stocks fell on that news. But then on Tuesday, all the major U.S. bank CEOs are at a J.P. Morgan investor conference, and they could not sound more delighted about how the business is looking this year. Delta Airlines CEO Ed Bastian said, in the past 30 days, the airline has recorded the 10 highest sales days in its history. So we're in a weird place where, the airlines are saying we feel great about our business, everything looks good, but investors don't seem like they're quite buying it.
For those of us who have not yet finished all the fine details on our summer travel arrangement or have not started thinking about it yet, what can we expect for prices this year?
Okay, you're not going to like this. You're going to have to expect prices to go up. At the end of February, prices for domestic fares were about 20% above where they were the previous year. That it was worse for international fares. We learned in CPI that it's not just airlines. Hotel and lodging is also up. So, bottom line, start saving now.
Ben, you still have that backyard tent? How many does that thing sleep? Well, we could talk about it after the show. We got to fit at least 9 in there, I think. Thank you all.